Your
Happy New Year, gamers. Welcome in. I'm your host, Joshua J. Alongside me, Aaron Piper this time.
What's up, guys? Hey, okay, I was making sure that was actually hitting on the microphone.
Oh, yep, you're good. So last week we told you guys that Wes wasn't going to be here because he got his wisdom teeth out.
Yep.
He's doing better.
He's no longer wise.
Oh,
But
gosh. He is doing better. He's feeling a lot better. But talking for about an hour just isn't, something that sounds very pleasurable after you get all four of your wisdom teeth taken out.
No.
So we have a guest for the very first episode of 2022.
yeah, wow. I didn't even think of that. Yeah,
Yep.
because my first 2022, and this is what, episode 24?
Yeah, I think it's episode 24.
Wow.
So it's all
Crazy.
it might be 25 to be honest. I'm not sure. It's all kind of mixed in my head right now.
Yeah.
We've done a lot, but
Wow, that's insane.
this will be a nice test
crazy.
to see how good you do. We might replace Wes with you. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm
Just kidding, Wes. Don't
coming for your job, Wesley.
He's gonna be editing this and be like,
What? Well, he'll, yeah. I don't know. I'll be kind of controversial here coming up because everybody.
some of your roast. Yeah, because you got the roast this time.
Yeah, I do. And to be honest with you, I kind of changed it up from what you were thinking. So it's
Okay.
not what
I'm
you're-
excited to hear it.
Yeah.
I will say we're not going to have football again this time because they're not doing football on Thursday again. I think they were done with that 2 weeks ago. So I'm not sure if it's more college bowls or what. But anyway, so that's not going to happen. However, we do want to do our coffee like normal. So
Yes.
I got a Christmas gift from Danielle, a buddy of mine. Is his girlfriend. She's really cool, really cool. She came down from Michigan and brought me the Christmas blend, 2021 Christmas blend featuring rare aged Sumatra from Starbucks. So it's spicy and refined. So I'm excited to try it. And then Chase Cooper actually got me this goblet here. So I'm gonna drink coffee out of my goblet for the first time.
Sorry, I'm looking at my iPad because I'm trying to find.
Oh, you good? I don't think you're supposed to drink hot coffee out of one of these things, but you know what?
You're not.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it anyway.
You do your thing.
So you ready to try it real quick?
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to find because we're doing the one segment and I was trying to find mine. I was like, yeah, let's do it. But yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna be a fair warning. I am not a black coffee drinker. I'm not really a coffee drinker. So I will try to be as fair and as honest as possible, but my review's probably gonna suck.
Hey, let's see what happens. Very strong.
Ooh. It is bitter. Woo wee.
Welcome to the world of regular coffee.
Yeah, I'm not missing much.
Oh, gosh. I like it. It's very strong. I will say that.
It is like I thought I was like chugging espresso. Like
it has the burn taste that Weston has always mentioned about Starbucks having. It does definitely still have that, but and I even warmed up the mugs before I put it in, so because that's supposed to help. But is what it is. But it tastes really really good in my opinion.
It has that bite, and it does. I don't know. In my opinion, it has a little bit because I have had coffee. It has that lingering bitter flavor.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Right? Like it's the lingering. And all in all, like if I had to, and like I said, I put flu stuff in my coffee. But I do like my coffee strong because if I do like the coffee flavor to peek through. And I do think that this as a coffee would be good in my opinion to add my little bit of stuff to knock off that bitterness, but still give you that punch of coffee flavor.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So this would be something that I would get, and do my thing too, and
spice it up, special it up.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I literally put just like, and this is just normal cup of coffee. I put a tablespoon of a creamer in it. and 1 little teaspoon of sugar and stir it up, and it just knocks the little bit of bitter off of it.
Okay.
So that's what I do.
That's not bad. Some people do a lot more.
No, that's all I do. But this would be something that I would do that too. And
as it
honestly,
sits as a black cup of coffee, I'd probably give it a 5 or a 6. I mean,
I was gonna give it a 6.
It's right there.
I was gonna give it a 6.
It's average. It's a cup of coffee. It's Starbucks.
I'm going.
I
back
can't
for another
taste.
drink.
Hey, there you go. I can't taste a whole bunch of different flavors when it's like this is the Christmas blend, spicy and refined. Can't really taste a difference from their non-Christmas blend as much. It just says spicy and refined. I mean, it might be spicy or it might be spicy. I don't know.
Dark roast. That's why I like it.
Okay.
I like the dark roasts. My mom gets this one that's like a half. It's like a half calf, half not. And that, even no matter how strong you make that cup of coffee, it always tastes like muddy water. That's it. So it's like, go Boulder, go home. Like,
hey, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's our coffee of the week. What
6.
you got for the roast of the week?
All right. So I changed it up. So originally I was going to go through the 10 worst games of 2021, kind of recapping the year. And you know what? I'm going to go based on a personal experience here.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this. And you know what? Forget you. I'm going to say that my roast of the week this week is The Matrix Awakening, Unreal Engine 5.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Yep. Okay. So,
I like that experience.
Exactly. You like the experience, dude. So I downloaded this game, this experience, right? I'm thinking, all right, this is gonna have. I thought when I saw it at Josh's and what Josh was doing, stopping the cars. I thought it was gonna be this great game, and I thought it was thinking like a GTA Matrix style thing, especially when you first start off. You're shooting at the cars and the other people, and I thought there was gonna be action in it, and like you could go to different parts and do like little stories and stuff. I thought it was gonna be this great thing because of how the big push, the graphics were amazing. But after you complete that first mission that takes like 2-3 minutes, all you do is explore the city.
Yeah,
there's no point to the game after that, and you fly around, you change graphics and stuff, which is cool, but the actual download space size for this is 29.7 gigs, which might not sound like a lot, but for the only part of the game, the only thing that you do in the game is just to fly around and look at New York City.
So I get where you're coming from. Is it New York City? I didn't know what city it was really.
Is it not New York? It looked like New York.
It might be.
It looked like New York.
So
I think the graphics are amazing. But for 30 gigs of data, it needs a little bit more than like.
No, I get what you're saying. Like,
and even if it gives you options to go back and like replay that or go back and do other things, but you got nothing. I played it for maybe 20 minutes and then I haven't touched it since. I ended up deleting it. When was the last time that you played Matrix?
I mean, it's not meant to be a game. I get what you're saying about the data though. Like, so it's meant to be an experience and show kind of what the console can do in terms of like graphic wise, and it does great at that. I get what you're saying, like it being pretty much 30 gigs to render that is a lot. So like
with the amount of storage and space that it costs, because look here,
imagine if they actually had a full out fledged game. You're looking at bigger than Warzone probably for something like that.
And I would be fine with that. I would be 100% fine with that, even if this was just like a couple missions and just like a small little thing. I mean, okay, PlayStation for PlayStation 5 released Astro's Playroom. Okay, that is how you explore the PlayStation 5. You get to see the different features and the cool aspects and the specs. Like you play it as a game. It's a 30 gig game. It's an amazing little game that you play. You can walk around. There's different things. There are activities that you do, but you can't in the Matrix. And I thought, okay, it's gonna be kind of this realistic thing. Well, I took this car and I beat it to shreds and nothing. Like it kept driving. I thought it was gonna be like more realistic because the graphics were great. You know, I ran this car into a pole, basically split it down the middle, and as soon as I got out of the car, it fell to pieces. But as long as I was in that car, I could drive it around. And I'm just like, this.
I think for the most part they were just trying to show the graphics, but I do get what you're saying. Like they showed off all this like the quick time events at first, and then they're like, okay, that's it.
You look at the trailer, you look at like any of that. It shows this amazing game, like of shooting, and you're like, oh my goodness, this thing's gonna be unreal. And you get 3 minutes of that, and then you just walk around.
Yeah.
So personally, that is my roast of the week.
No, I get you. I get
like,
it.
I think, I mean, I know it wouldn't be like the greatest thing, but
at least show a little bit more of the gunplay, a little bit more
exactly,
of the like to get you understanding kind of what the new systems are capable of.
Exactly, because yeah, that's my whole.
No, I get it.
That was my thing. That was my thing. It was great thought, poor execution, in my opinion. Because you could have this. I mean,
you expected more, you needed more.
Exactly.
You
because
wanted more
if
from
we're gonna say that that's gonna be like an amazing game, then we have to say that's. We say that this is an amazing game. Then why wasn't No Man's Sky an amazing game when it first came out? Because there was no depth to No Man's Sky, but it looked amazing.
Part of it did. Space looked amazing.
Yes.
Those creatures.
Yes. You're right.
But I get what you're saying.
You see what I mean? You
see what I mean? Where you're going. Yeah.
All right.
So no, I agree with you. I wish they would have done a lot more of showing off kind of what the next gen consoles are capable of with shooting and things like that. I will say them being able to look at every single car and they be rendered all over the city all at once. But that was pretty cool.
But at the same time, you couldn't drive every single car. You couldn't pull people out of cars to drive them. You had to find certain cars that you were allowed to drive.
Right. It was mainly a tech demo. It was mainly just kind of like, hey, check out the graphics. But they hyped it so much. It could be better. They hyped it so much. They did. I got really excited when I loaded it, played through that first part. Then after I ran around for like maybe 5 minutes. Then I just left it running for an hour to see how long it could back up traffic. But that was about all it did.
And the cars kept
I'm done with it and deleted it. So
I backed up traffic. I sat there for 2 hours. Backed up traffic.
They slowly started disappearing.
They slowly started disappearing at the end.
Disappointing.
And I was so disappointed. I didn't get any further than we did.
So, moving on from the roast of the week, how was your 2021? Game wise, like what was your favorite game that you've played in 2021, or just the one that you've played the most? Like what did it consist of?
My all-time favorite game, and this will always be, I want to get back into Star Wars: The Fallen Order. I played that when it first came out, and I want to get back to that. But they released Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Or not Odyssey, sorry, Valhalla.
Yep.
Valhalla. And I'll tell you what, I played that. I got the season pass for it. That game, it's so fun because you can play it so many different types. The only thing I think was a little bit annoying was you could take and reset your skill tree at any point that you wanted to without any penalties. So like I could go into a mission and be like, all right, I'm going to go fight this guy. I need everything buffed up in strength. So I would reset my tree, put all my stuff on strength, and then, go in and be this massive tank. Or reset it and I need to be sneaky. So I would take everything off of strength, put it all towards stealth, and be this like super ninja assassin, like sneaking around. I personally like to try to go in and be stealthy and try to, do this thing. So, but I didn't want to play it like, oh, I put all of my skills in one. So I kind of played it all out and spaced everything out. And really, it was really fun. I will say that I got Excalibur. I kind of cheated on getting Excalibur because I stood on a rock. I found that there was this rock that the guy couldn't hit me on. And it was literally like right above the guy's head. He just had to lift his arm and swing, but they couldn't lift their arms above a certain height. So I just sat on the rock and just whacked the dude and killed him. And he had a skull. I mean, it took me like 30 minutes to kill him, but he ended up dying.
That's hilarious.
So, and I ended up getting the sword. I'm like, well, that was one way to break the game.
See, I went I went to an area on that game and it had skulls on it. I forget what it was, but it was like, I forget who was.
You got to be careful.
They asked for mercy or something like that. They're like, mercy. And he's like, I won't give you mercy. And they're like, no, we're showing you mercy. And he's like, what? And they yell for mercy or something. I forget what exactly it was. But this big, huge, like, nun runs out of nowhere, picks me up and breaks my back and kills me in one hit. And I was like, oh, it was mercy. Hello. So I stayed away from that area.
Yeah, I would stay
But it was a good game. I agree with you. I think that was a really fun game.
I put in so many hours on that game. And then I did play Warzone. The new, honestly, I know what people think about Vanguard and stuff. It was the only game that some of my friends would play, so I ended up getting it. And it wasn't too bad, but it was just a basic, Call of Duty game. You run, you shoot. Right. Up until we started playing Ghost Recon, that has been really fun. Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Oh, yep. We've been playing that. I mean, that's a 2017 game, but we've been playing that a lot, and it's been
kind of a throwback. When did Hell Let Loose come out?
It came out on console, I believe, sometime this year.
Yeah, just recently.
Hell Let Loose, we've been playing a lot of that,
Hell
too.
Let Loose, it is fun. It is a mill sim, and I'll tell you what, we played until probably 11 last night.
Yeah, probably 2.5 hours. From when I hopped on, it was about 2 hours.
And I was playing about 3.5 hours with my cousin, and
which is about 2 matches. That's
realistically. But it's really cool because I was a medic, and I didn't think I was doing much. But when you go down, you don't respawn. It doesn't take an instant respawn type thing. You have to wait 30, 40 seconds to respawn, and you only see so many guys. So the medics are really important.
Yeah.
And I'm running, and I'm and I think you said something about this last week, but I was running, and I'm oh, this ain't that bad. And then all of a sudden, I get up to a point of a hill. You can't see the enemies, and then there were just dead people everywhere. And I'm oh no. So I'm getting down and getting suppressed. I'm crawling through the trenches, trying to get to these people as the medic. And my cousin was playing artillery last night, and that was really cool. Because you're standing next to the artillery. And when it goes off, your whole screen vibrates, and you vibrate and kind of shift a little bit. It's cool. It's you're actually standing there.
It is a lot of fun. It's been on PC for a little bit, but it's essentially the thing that I like the most about it. So is the chain of command. So it's hard. It's difficult. Trying to listen to you and Dominic, who's in my squad and can't hear all the other officers because they don't have the same radio frequency, and listening to the officers. Y'all are talking at the same time, and I'm trying to listen to both, and then the officers are asking me questions, so I'm in that channel on the radio talking to them, and then have to switch back over and talk to you guys.
Yeah, because you have to switch between channels
in order to talk to different people. In order to talk,
because I would be hearing medic, and I'm I'm on my way, and the guy would be you're ignoring me. I'm no, I'm not. Oh, I'm in the wrong channel.
Yeah, and it's definitely fun though, because I remember you guys were on the artillery. I was the officer, kind of helping out. And order came in from command to drop strikes on a hill just south of one of the objectives. So I was okay, are you sure? And he said, yes, fire. So I was okay. So I told them, they turned the guns, and they were are you sure you want us to fire? I said, fire. So they shot the artillery. It takes about 15 to 20 seconds from when you first shoot the artillery for it to hit and land where it's going. And as soon as he pulls and shoots, command goes, actually, you know what? Scratch that. We have men up on that hill. And I was command, is too late.
Rain fire.
And so I yell at I was Alpha Squad, you got to get out of that hill. And I just hear the officer from Alpha go, is that a friendly artillery strike coming in? I was yeah. And he's well, crap. And I just saw 7 blue dots, which was his entire squad, just disappear.
Oh no.
And I was
and that's when Dominic was I think I just hit friendlies.
Yeah. And he ended up killing 20 of the enemy. But Alpha Squad shouldn't have been up on that hill. They were, but that's what makes it so fun. And
if you kill a teammate, you get a delay in seconds, 15 extra seconds. So imagine killing 7 teammates, 7 punishments, adding 15 seconds per person. He was waiting for a long time before he spawned.
Yeah, he was waiting for about
But
with
we
the
were
original
making
load
people,
time like 3 minutes.
we were making people mad because they kept sending people behind our lines to come take us out. On
Yeah, you guys took out like 5 squads. So it's a lot of fun having like the chain of command, trying to do it. It's not just as easy as COD where you have 3 firing lanes. You take left, right, or middle, and you shoot and do all that stuff. Like this is hour-and-a-half long battles where it's
and it takes
chain
strategy.
Command. It's a lot
like
of fun.
you actually have to think about what you're doing because what you're doing actually does have consequences. I mean, because if you one part there was a hill and then there was a train wreck and a paper mill, and you have to take the objectives in order, and if you lose one behind where you're at, you have to go back.
Well, they can't take the one behind you until they have to move in order as well as you having to move in order.
Okay.
So, but if you're in the middle of taking the front objective and you haven't captured it fully, they can take that back one.
Yeah.
So
So we
what's
hadn't
been
captured
happening.
that front objective all the way, and they kept taking the back objective, and they kept dividing our guys, and it was rough. It was rough because then you're getting fired on from behind and in front.
Yeah.
And then you're not spawning until all the way back at the other objective, and it's like the running is like real time. Like it takes a while to run 1,000 meters.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those games where if you like Call of Duty or even Battlefield, and so you like getting in intense fights like right away and being able to be shot 20 times and still kind of live if you just duck behind cover, then this is definitely not that game.
But if you like the game Risk,
yeah, if you like games like Risk, more strategy games, Stratego, it's like, yes, you're on the ground. It is a first-person shooter. But if you're an officer, I didn't do hardly any fighting. I killed 9 guys that entire hour and a half. But I did do a lot more communicating and talking. You were a medic, so you killed a bunch of people.
Yep, I killed 3 people. And the only reason I killed the 3 people was because they were like, I would lay down on the ground and they wouldn't realize that I was there. I just pop up and shoot them, and then I would keep healing people. I healed 22 people, I think.
Yeah,
during
so
that game,
it's every different. It really does actually use the classes to their strengths, which is really cool. So that's what we've been playing.
Yep.
Let us know in the comments what you guys have been hopping on and playing. But
Let's
now
go.
that we've talked about 2021 in the current, let's talk about the future.
Yes.
So
yes.
2022 is slided with an amazing list of games. Just to name a few, you got Elden Ring, Horizon Forbidden West, Dying Light 2, God of War Ragnarok, Pokemon Legends, Arceus, I can't pronounce that. Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. You got your normal like Gran Turismo, Call of Duty, Battlefield. They'll probably all come out with something. You got Stalker 2, Gotham Knights. Okay, I am so hyped for Gotham Knights to come out. That is a game that I've been looking forward to for a very long time, along with Hogwarts Legacy, which I don't think is going to come out in 2022. I haven't heard much about it. I think they're going to delay it.
It says that it's supposed to come out.
It says that, but I'm expecting that to get delayed.
What did you type in? Because I typed. Oh, that's not what I typed in. But I typed in that, and that's all that pops up.
That's weird.
Yeah,
maybe it's because it's your iPad.
Maybe that's a good possibility. Ooh,
but yeah, there's a lot of games that are coming out.
I haven't done much research on it, and I saw a trailer for it the other day, and I really want to look this up. But I believe it comes out like on the 20th of January.
What game?
Rainbow Six Extraction.
See, I'm not a big fan of Rainbow Six.
Built on the foundation of Siege, Extraction pits teams of 3 against parasitic alien threats. The shooter saw multiple delays and game changes since its reveal in E3. But it's basically, so from what I've been able to gather from it, it's basically it's either an add-on to Rainbow Six Siege or a different game that is getting released. But you're versing aliens.
So Rainbow Six Siege Extraction is it's almost like a spinoff series type deal. So it's its own entity, but it is the same you'll have the same operators and things like that. And it's a PvE. There might be some PvP, I'm not sure. But you go in, you kill the aliens. If you end up dying, that operator you were using, you can't use that operator till you get them freed again. So you have to go in, and they're the ones you're trying to save at that point. So it does seem interesting and cool. Not my cup of tea. I didn't like Rainbow Six Siege mainly because I expected it to be different. I expected it to be a lot more of a strategic game, rather like Ready or Not, I think is a game that it is, and that one's controversial, but that's what I expected it to be, like a lot more strategic as opposed to just run and gun, shoot up the walls and kill everyone you can. Don't work together, just get as many kills. So it's more of a COD to me, and I don't really like that feel. But I'm excited to try the PvE aspect of it. But I think they're going to charge full price for it, even though it's more of like an add-on. I'm not quite sure.
Did you see that they're coming out with an Avatar Frontiers of Pandora?
Yep, I knew they were coming out with that. Is that releasing in 2022? I thought that was later.
It says that it's supposed to be releasing in 2022.
I think that'll get delayed too. There hasn't been much talk about it, so I think that one's going to get out of the
God
games,
of War Ragnarok.
So out of a lot of these games, you got the ones that I think are going to get delayed would be, I think Starfield's going to get delayed until 2023. I think Gotham Knights will come out actually. I think Hogwarts Legacy is going to get delayed if it even comes out at all.
I really hope Hogwarts Legacy, because what I'm picturing with the Hogwarts Legacy, from what I've been able to like gather and stuff, is it almost looks like it's gonna be like an Elder Scrolls or a Skyrim based in the Harry Potter realm.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I mean, it'd be amazing. I'd be all about it. Carly's like totally down and in love with it. I'd be totally down for it, but I don't think there's enough there yet. If you watch the trailers, it looks like more of a PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 type game. It looks a little bit older. Okay. And I feel like they just need to get it going a little bit
more of a wow factor. That makes sense.
A game that I am excited for that was delayed, but should be coming out this year, is the Lord of the Rings Gollum.
You pulled that up, and I have not heard anything about that. So I am really, really intrigued.
So the Lord of the Rings Golem is an upcoming action-adventure game developed by Daedalic? I can't pronounce it. Anyway, Entertainment, and co-published by them and Recon. It is based on the Lord of the Rings and follows the character Golem before the events of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit.
Ooh.
And I started looking around and just seeing what people were thinking, and a lot of people are getting super excited about it. Polygon posted an article, and we'll keep this in the attachment below. And this is the thing. It says, the Lord of the Rings Gollum trailer gets a precious moment at the Game Awards. And it says, we might want it. We might needs it. It's by Matt Patches, and he was talking about how that he's super excited for it coming out, and there's just like a lot of people that are getting super hyped for it. And it was delayed, and then it should be coming out this year.
Okay, so what
Game Awards 2021, I think, is when they announced it.
Okay, what is the point of Lord of the Rings Gollum? Is it like your Gollum, and because I know in like the previous Lord of the Rings games, you kind of just get an objective, you run and you fight and you get the objective. Is that kind of what it's going to be with Gollum? Or
so it says on the Polygon article, it says, instead of cursing the Bagginses during the events of the main trilogy, the Lord of the Rings Gollum finds the Hobbit, formerly known as Smeagol, on a solo hunt for the missing ring. As depicted in the trailer, players will have to run, jump, and tiptoe past every breed of monster found in Tolkien's writings.
Tolkien.
Huh?
Tolkien? Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, Tolkien.
Tolkien's writing. Man, I'm not good with names. Y'all know this. I'm not good with names. All while dealing with Gollum's split personality. Smeagol swore on that precious, so now Golem must go get it. He must. So you're searching for the ring. You got to go find that ring.
Gotta find the ring.
So I'm excited. Like, dealing with that split personality just sounds.
Now, do you
awesome.
think? Okay, so
I hope that one comes out.
At the end, was it the end of Hobbit? I believe it's the end of the Hobbit when Gollum. Movies. You've never seen the Hobbit movies? Bro, seriously?
I was terrified of the spiders, so I didn't want to try to watch it.
Okay, so
I hate spiders.
I didn't watch the Lord of the Rings series until I was like 17 with this guy. And we were supposed to wait to watch all the Hobbit movies together, but he was just taking so long.
Yeah, I still haven't watched them.
Well, I have them if you want to watch them. But at the end of the Hobbit series, when Bilbo had tricked Gollum into giving him the ring. You hear Gollum being tortured, and he yells out Bagginsons, like telling him Bilbo's name. So like they know who has the ring. And at the beginning of the Lord of the Rings movies, they talk about Gollum getting loose and looking for it. So I wonder if this is between when Gollum gets loose and when he actually runs into Frodo.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
it sounds like
you're
it's before
going
the events of Frodo, but right.
Like between Bilbo and Frodo.
Yeah.
And
I haven't seen the trailer. I got to watch the trailer, but yeah.
That'd be so cool.
But yeah, so that's one of the games they're talking about coming out with. You got Sonic Frontiers coming out. You got the Mario Rabbids and Hope coming out.
Or you like Pokemon?
Sparks of Hope.
Horizon
Turtles.
Forbidden West.
Yeah, that's the second one coming out.
Okay, I've not played the first one.
See, I started. It wasn't my favorite.
Wasn't your cup of tea?
But a lot of people loved it. So there's just so many games that are coming out. I mean,
what's Saints Row about?
Saints Row? Oh yeah, there's the new Saints Row coming out. It's kind of like similar to a GTA type feel.
That's what I thought.
I think more arcadey. And the last one was more arcadey.
I didn't realize that they had one coming out.
The other one that I'm excited for is very controversial is Battle for Fallujah.
Battle what?
The Battle for Fallujah. It's a take on when Iraq when we invaded and went into I think it was when we went into Iraq in 2004. I'm not sure if this is the battle in 2004 or 2006 that it's based on, but it's based on a true story. It is very controversial.
The second battle of Fallujah.
So 2006. So that would be the battle that took place in 2006. It was one of the worst, like bloodiest battles of the Iraqi war.
It's called 6 Days in Fallujah.
Yeah. And so I was actually listening to a Navy SEAL story about how he had to go hit a high-value target just northeast of Fallujah and ended up getting ambushed in that area. And he got shot 2 times in the chest and shot in the face. He ended up surviving miraculously. And I mean, it's an amazing story, but that game kind of takes a lot of people's stories that fought in Fallujah in 2006. He didn't make it there at that time. He ended up going a little bit later. But that game focuses on the stories of soldiers and of even the Iraqi people that were there and helps like kind of try to give clarity to it. Yeah. So I'm excited for it. I like those type of games that do more than just it's more than just a game. There is a purpose behind it. There is a story they're trying to tell and something they're trying to show people. And the way to experience these stories is to play and be in those shoes as much as you can be. You know what I mean? As in the video game. But
so it was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out in December of last year of 2021.
Yeah, so they delayed it till I think December of 2022.
Yep, fourth quarter of 2022.
And it was actually supposed to come out back I think in the early 2000.
So the game was originally slated for 2010 release. 2010 but it was canceled due to the controversy. The game was put on hold until 2016 after its original studio, Atomic Games, went bankrupt in 2011.
Yep. So it definitely is something that's been controversial. It was announced.
Okay, hold on. The second Battle of Fallujah was a span of 6 days over November of 2004.
Oh, really? Oh, I was thinking this because I know they invaded in 2004 and they also went in 2006.
Nope, this game is based on
the one from 2004.
In 2004. The game was originally announced in 2009, in April of 2009, and it was supposed to release in 2010. Announced that it would be brought back to development by Highwire Games, consistently a form of Halo or Destiny game developer. Late of 2022. Wow, that's crazy. That looks like a game. See, I used to like, there was this game, what was it called? Operation, not Firestorm. What was it? It was the one with like the dragon.
Yeah, it was Flashpoint, Operation Dragon Rising.
Dragon Rising, yes. That and there was like desert there was a Desert Storm game, and like those Navy SEAL type games, like they've always intrigued me. I've always loved it cuz look,
the more realistic
because
style.
if you like Call of Duty, there's nothing wrong with that, but
that's I think what that picture is from right there.
Yeah, it is. It's
Call of Duty is it's a video game.
You're gonna run, you're gonna gun, you know what you're gonna do. But this one, like, there's actual objectives that you have to, like, historically you have to complete. And I don't know. It just, when there's more of just a running and realistically holding off hundreds of enemies by yourself, like, it's not realistic. It's not really, you know that you're gonna be able to take thousands of bullets before, or tens of bullets before you actually get hurt or down. And I don't know.
I agree. I know what you're saying. Like the reason I like them is, sorry, excuse me, is it has a story to tell. So like Call of Duty, there's no story there. You know, it's just, let's have fun. Let's shoot them all up. Even Battlefield's like, we're just all multiplayer, which is cool. I get it. And they're like, we're going to do an online story you can kind of follow. I have not even like really looked much into the story.
I have defended Battlefield 2042 to all of my friends until I got the game and actually played it.
It's fun, but it's just...
Portal is the only reason that game is still alive.
Right. I agree.
Like, that's the only reason
the community is making their own take on it, and that's what makes it good, is the community making the game. So I agree with you on that.
I like the mill sims, and honestly, Hell Let Loose is the game for me right now.
But that's the thing is, like, they try to, like, 6 Days in Fallujah is trying to tell a story. And if they do it correctly, I think it can be a very eye-opening and a very revealing and telling story of what happened. Now, obviously, it's from, coffee. There is some from the U.S. side, but they also did bring in Iraqi people to tell their side. So I get why it's controversial, but the reason it's controversial is the very reason I like those type of games, because video games is still a form of art and of media, right? You have movies that are about war and about realistic events that have happened, and a video game is just another way to experience that. So I get that when you put your art in the hand of someone that can shape how it goes a little bit, that can be a scary thing. People can do things that can be taken wrong and be not so great. However, we have games like GTA 5 and and things like that like, you can go kill all the cops you want and sleep with all the women you want, rob all the places you want, and no one bats an eye, right? So I think that when someone tries to make a game like 6 Days in Fallujah, they're trying to tell a story, and as long as they do it respectfully, I think that could be a very good thing. Now, that's just my opinion. Everyone's open to their own opinion. I'm not trying to diminish that, but that's why I like those games. It's not even so much that it's like, oh, this is so fun. It's intense, and it tells a story. And so I want to learn about some of those things, and the way I'm learning about them is through a video game. So, I sit down and I listen to documentaries of people telling stories of D-Day and telling stories of going into Iraq and Desert Storm and things like that. Like, listening to people's stories on that, to me, is amazing. So being able to actually have that in my hand and be able to kind of try to walk out some of what they've done and experience it on a very safe level from my couch in my own home in the United States, like, that to me is actually pretty cool that they allow us to do things like that. So again, that's where I'm at. I'm really excited for that game. I hope it does come out. I hope that it sheds light on what has happened and does it respectfully and doesn't do it in a way that is misstrued or whatever. It's just, taken wrong. But we'll see. It's up to the creators and developers on how they decide to do that. But
so what is Crossfire X?
I'm not sure. I don't think I've heard of that. I mean, I know it's supposed to come out this year. I've heard of it, but I've never actually looked into it.
It looks like a mill sim, or Crossfire X is an upcoming first-person shooter video game set to be released exclusively for Xbox One and Xbox Series S and X in February 10th of 2022.
It's the third installment. Okay, so it's a
Crossfire
PC game.
series.
Yeah, the series is a PC series.
Okay.
So I'm not exactly sure.
Experience a thrilling competitive multiplayer and cinematic campaign that reintroduces an epic storytelling of an FPS genre.
Time to kill is very low. It's largely skill-based, and aim is incredibly important. So yeah, it sounds more of like a similar to like a milsim type of.
Explore the conflicts between the Blacklist and a global risk faction in a thrilling campaign developed in close collaboration with Remedy Entertainment. Dude, this looks cool.
Interesting.
Fight to control, battle for absolute control, and intense, fast-paced team versus team modes. So I'm wondering if it's going to be like a CS:GO type thing. Experience multiple thrilling ways to play Crossfire X through various game modes and fighting styles. Put your skills to the test.
So yeah, it looks kind of similar to a milsim type of a game.
I don't know. That looks like a game.
Yeah, I mean, heck, it's free. It's free. If you have Xbox, hop on it, play it. It's free. Can't get better than that. What? You waste some time. That's about it. So,
see, I'm trying to get and this is on me, guys, and I apologize. I don't know. I don't keep up to date on a lot of the games like Wes and Josh do, and that's just with my work schedule and everything going on. But I want to find some games that I can start getting like super hyped for, and that Crossfire honestly kind of looks like one of those games.
If I was to give you 2 games this year that I pray, okay, so let's just say that every game slated to come out in 2022 does. All right, let's just say all of them are coming out for sure, 1,000% going to happen. I would tell you the 2 games that I am most absolutely hyped for would be Starfield and Gotham Knights. Those 2 are ones that I would be.
But you like the Gotham series. Right. I played the Gotham series and I couldn't get past the first boss, which I think was like Penguin or something, which is really sad.
Yeah, the first two, or the first 3 games I liked. I didn't actually play the third one. The first 2.
I would have to say that it would be Hogwarts Legacy. Like I am stoked for that game, and yeah. So Hogwarts Legacy and Avatar Frontier. I think that'd be a really fun game. I think that'd be just because I'm hoping that Avatar gives me closure on Anthem, if that makes sense. I know they're like 2 totally different games, but dude, we waited so long. We were so hyped for Anthem, and we got it. And that, like, we were thinking we're gonna be like Iron Man. It's gonna be great, and it was. I personally think that Anthem was a bigger disappointment than Cyberpunk.
I agree, because I played Anthem for an hour. I beat Cyberpunk. Like, Cyberpunk had glitches, had things wrong with it, but they still had a few storylines that were really, really, really good. And they had Keanu. He just makes things better in and of itself. Well, then, Anthem just sucked. I agree completely.
I think Suicide Squad is going to be another Marvel Avengers type game.
So right there, I guess we'll put it this way. If every game came out, Starfield and Gotham Knights for me, and you have Hogwarts Legacy and Avatar.
Yep.
If those 4 come out, it'll be a very, very, very good year.
Amazing year, and I will have a lot.
If it's not going to happen. If all 4 of those games hit and was amazing. Like, imagine if all 4 of those games actually came out. Game of the year would be so difficult.
Oh, it'd be extremely difficult.
But I'm super hyped. Fingers crossed.
I think that they would probably give it to probably Starfield. If they had to do a game of the year, like, being honest, like, based on the games coming out, if all of them were a success, it would be Starfield.
If all of them were a success and every one of them were what we wanted them to be, I would agree it would be Starfield.
Like, come on. You got to think Skyrim is still, I mean, they just released a 10th anniversary edition of Skyrim.
I almost want to get it.
I almost did, but I was like, no.
But Yeah, so
Yep.
there's a lot of games coming out this year, yo guys. I mean, if you don't have money and you want to play some of the older games, there's still a lot of games out there. If you have Xbox, Game Pass is the way to go. Starfield's coming out day and date on Game Pass. You don't got to pay $70 for it. Game Pass. You know what I mean? So if you already are taking and playing Xbox Live anyway, it's an extra technically it's an extra $10 a month if you buy the year as a whole, then you're paying $60 for Live. And if you bought, it's like $180, I think, for Game Pass Ultimate and Xbox Gold combined. It's like $180 because it's $15 a month. So that'd be $150. Yeah, $180. So that being said, you're looking at,
I think you can pay $120 and get it for the whole year.
You're looking at two. So at that point, you're looking at two brand new games. So say you buy Starfield, that's half of it right there. And then one other game. Now, so if you buy the Game Pass instead, well, you get all these other games. I think it's over 100 games. And you get a lot of the Xbox games day and date. So
they got some fun games on Game Pass.
Yeah,
definitely.
So that would be my recommendation. However, you guys do what you guys feel is best for your wallet and for your bang for your buck.
Yep.
That being said, 2022 is looking like a good year.
2022 is going to be an amazing year, and yeah, it's going to be amazing. I know that one of the goals that I put for 2022 is, and my wife already knows this, is I want to be able to actually sit down and complete a game, and actually get into it, because I always think and get stressed out about everything that's going on, and yeah, I'm taking 2022 to actually enjoy the game aspect of things and get back into my roots of what I enjoyed playing and stuff. So this is gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Yeah. I'm excited.
Well, never give up.
Absolutely.
Never give up on games, man.
Yep. Drink coffee. I will try not to gag on a cup of coffee the first time I try it on the podcast again. I apologize.
Sounds good. Well, hey, thank you guys so much for watching this very first episode of the new year. Hopefully, by this time, the following year, 2023, we'll have a lot bigger of a following. This will be, going great, and you guys will have been here first. So, hope you guys have a great week, great year, great weekend. Drink lots of coffee, play lots of games.
Enjoy your weekend.
Exactly.
One day to go. You got this.
Just Friday. Well, technically all day today too. So, and if they work weekends, that sucks. But still enjoy it anyway.
We will shed a tear for you.
All right. Well, you guys have a great time. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.